right?
Yes,
Maybe,
sir,
sir.
maybe.
Maybe because the strength is getting low day by day.
Sir, maybe they will join later.
Okay, because the first time there were 50, then they turned into 40, the later on, then they turned into 30. Now they are 20s. Maybe
Sir,
they are
I
getting
think
bored.
after
Getting bored with
2 or
grammar. Huh?
3 minutes, they will
Grammar
increase.
is a little dry. It's true. Spoken is much better.
Sir,
I have
actually, at 2 p.m. there was also a quick grammar class, so maybe
oh
might be possible they attend that class. Now they are not
two
here.
quick grammar class as well over there. Quick grammar. So who's taking that class?
I was not taking the class, but it's the first day of that class. Ma'am is taking the class. She was, I think, old, like you.
Okay, okay. Some older teachers. Okay, no problem whatsoever. So how's your improvement going on so far? Is it getting better
Yes,
day
sir.
by
Yes,
day
sir.
or
It's
not?
getting
Yes,
better.
sir. Sir,
Spoken,
actually,
especially.
most of the girls have issue like at this time, 9 to 10, they are not able to attend the class because they have so many home chores to do. So that's why Sir
That's
Hasib
true.
told us that he will organize a new class for us, and it was the first day of that class.
Yes, sir. That's
Two
the
to three.
point.
2 to
Yeah.
3. Okay, no problem. 2 to 3 is a good time. 2 to 3. He was asking me that time as well, but I said okay, I could manage. But that is the time I have a load from the calls at the time. That is a problem a little bit. He asked me for the that time as well, so I said okay. There is some load of call at that time because at that time 2 o'clock. It's in UK. It's I think 10 o'clock in the morning. 4 hours difference.
Hmm.
Yeah, they usually call a lot. Now I don't have call load now because now it's over there 5 o'clock in the UK. It's 5 over there with a difference of 4 hours. So usually they don't call that late. They usually call early in the morning normally. Okay.
I guess the 10 p.m. is the best time. We free for different
Yeah,
work
we could
or
switch. We could switch to 10 to 11 as well.
yeah. 10 to
10 to
11 is
11.
the best time for
Yeah, we could switch 10 to 11
study.
as well. So
Yeah.
10 to 11, I don't have any call at all from the call center because 11 I have off from my call center.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sir, but
Okay.
at
11
that time we have to take discussion class too.
discussion class. Okay, yeah. Previously I was taking. I told you.
Yes,
Previously I
sir,
was not
some
taking grammar
students
classes.
only take classes in morning session. That's why.
Yeah. Previously I was taking the discussion classes. And today I was thinking to discuss a topic. I said, okay, if I were given a spoken, then I'll discuss the topic. Should we send our children to abroad or not? Or let them stay here to serve us or send them. So this type of topic I was thinking to discuss with all of you.
Sir,
That
before
could be good for you later on.
sir, before attend the class, we don't know about the teacher who is taking will take the class. Is it possible to we know about the teacher? Like I really like your accent, and I don't want to miss your class. But I never, I don't know about your timings and like
9 to 10,
discussion.
4 days a week,
Yeah.
9 to 10, Monday till
Okay.
Yeah,
Thursday.
it is mentioned
Yeah.
when sir send us message in group.
Actually, last week, last week and before 10 days, I was so busy and I missed so many classes. And
Oh,
maybe I have no idea about the. Let's see, inshallah, I will
usually people are asking
join
about
your
my
classes
accent
at
and
9
fluency.
to 10.
Usually people are asking. I said I
Yeah,
listen a lot. That's what I do. I told
because
you.
it's really different. Like it's not like Pakistani accent or
No, I am pure
we try
Pakistani.
to
I was born
accent
here.
like this.
I was born here. Yeah,
So
Yes,
I
sir,
was
but
born
your
here.
give me
practice
the
will come
tips.
in perfect.
So,
Tips is that you gotta
so give
listen.
Yes, sir.
Can I listen any
No,
native
sir.
like
Yeah.
American British
सर जावेद
movies?
आज आपका जो टॉपिक है वो पास्ट टेंसेस है मैंने आपको
Yeah.
पीडीएफ भेज दी थी पास्ट
Okay, okay,
टेंसेस
okay. The past. Okay. Okay, let's move to the past simple.
Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Perhaps.
How are you?
Walaikum assalam.
Very good
Well,
evening, sir.
good. I'm good.
Okay.
Well, what about you? How's everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
I'm
let's discuss the past simple first. First, you
Yes.
tell me about the past simple before I tell you.
Yes,
First,
sir.
I'll take
Yesterday,
your opinions.
Sir,
yeah. What did
can
I?
Sir,
you
in
ask about
past
the
simple,
what
we
was
use the
happened?
second form
Second
of
form
verb.
of verb. Yes, sir.
Very good. Second
Was
form of the
were.
verb.
We
Okay.
also
And
use did
progressive,
here. Did
and progressive
we
is, sir, was and verb plus ing.
No, I said the past simple only. I don't want to
Yes,
listen
sir.
to the
We
past
can
simple.
The
use
work we
the
have
second
already
form of
done, the
verb.
work we
Second
did
form.
in past, the work we did
Yeah.
on yesterday.
Yes, sir.
Like something we did in the past and finished. I like we started and finished in the past.
Yeah.
But there are longer action, shorter action, repeated action. A lot of things are there. But okay, first we'll share the slide. I'll share the slide. You better take a look. First, I'll share the slide. You better take a look first before we move any further. And as far as an accent and fluency is concerned, I learned a lot. I was watching a movie, Monster-in-Law. I'm telling you that I'm one movie name. It's a very good movie. That's a movie of Jennifer Lopez. That is a heroine name.
Please,
So
sir,
that
write
was
the name in chat box.
Monster-in-Law. That was a really good movie. It's a movie about a mother-in-law and daughter-in-law clash before the marriage. It's a good domestic movie.
Not visible.
So please speak loudly.
Okay, I'll try. I'll try to speak as louder as I could. No problem. Before we move any further, I'll just before you share the slide first. You better take a look before we move on any further regarding the past simple. I think you have you learned the past simple, or you haven't learned the past simple yet? I don't know whether you have learned it or not.
Sir, we haven't learned.
Oh, you haven't learned. Okay, no problem. First, I'm gonna share it, so it will be. First, then I'll go for the details though. Where is the file? Oh, here you go. Okay. There you go. I'll go to the past simple first. You better take a look what the past simple is, how do we use it, helping verbs, form of the main verbs. You need to know the family as well. Okay, we did it. We already did it. Present simple, we have already done it. Present progressive, we have done. Future present simple, we have done. Okay. Now here you go. First, you better take a look at that screen before we go any further. Past simple. Okay, the basic formula: subject, past tense. This means second form of the verb plus extra word. In negative, subject plus did not plus base form of the verb means first form of the verb plus extra words. And the question: did plus subject plus base form of the verb plus extra word. These are the basic. And the definition, you can take a look. We use past simple to say something happened in the past and the state was, were, had, which are now finished with the whole family. I think I told you the family as well.
What is the abbreviation of BFV?
Base verb. Base form of verb. Base form
Okay,
means the
thank
first
you.
form. First form of the verb. Okay, the past simple, we can use some specific time as well, like in January, in 1986, yesterday, in 2004. Like for instance, one sentence like I joined SKG spoken class last week. Sarah didn't call me. You can mention a time or you don't need to mention a time as well. Past simple means you have an idea in your mind, something happened in the past. Whether you give a time or without a time. You can give a time, it's okay. You're getting a specific, or you have an idea of time in your mind. You do not need to give the past simple time. Okay. That is one of the most important thing. I'll give you the little detail as well. First, you take a look. The structure, you can see past repeated action or the habit we can also use, which are not finished. Like I used to, we can use always with the past simple as well. For instance, I used to speak, we can use used to as well for the past repeated activities which are now over. Okay, now we'll go to the, first of all, before we go any further, first of all, we'll take a look. That is the introduction. We'll take a look what there are the family members. Now I'll show you the family members of the past simple. We can use action verb, we can use state verb, we can use, I'll show you all the verbs. And one of the most important thing, with did and without did, there is a hell of a difference. You need to know. With did and without did, there is a difference. With did, we are using the first form, or without did, we are using second form. That is one of the most important thing you need to keep in your mind. This is usually people are making mistakes. With did and without did. Okay, writing. I think the last time I told you the main verbs, and here I'll write. Here, one of the most important thing, you need to know the basic formulation.
Yes, sir.
What is the basic formulation of the sentences? Like the past simple, I'll give you the detail later. First, I'm writing the basic construction. Basic construction, past simple. You need to know the family members. First of all, action verb, we are using second and first form both. Action verb, second form, we are using. Okay. Action verb, second form, we are using like. We are using like went. Like we are talking ate. Like we're talking about woke up. Any specific time in the past. Like yesterday, last night, or last week, or any specific time in the past, in January. Like I started a business in January 1990. Started, or any action verb in a positive manner. But in negative, we use positive. Went, ate, woke up, started, and negative, we are using action verb first form with did. This is what you need to know. Action verb first form in negative, action verb first form with didn't. Like I didn't go, first form. Okay, because did is a helping verb. You need to know what is the helping verb of past simple. Is helping verb is did. And with did we use first form, without did we use second form. Okay, helping verb is did.
सर जावेद अपना व्हाट्सएप चेक करें, आपको पूरी बुकलेट दी हुई है, काइंडली उसको यूज कर लें.
Okay. Wait, I'll follow that. There is no detail in that. I want to give you the detail. Let me take a look. Let me check the detail. If the detail is given, I don't need to write then. It will be easy for me and you as well. Okay. I think I already shared you this. Now, wait a minute. Let me go to the past simple. There you go. Again. First, you better take a look, positive, negative, and interrogative. That would be easy for you. Then I'll share some uses. You better take a look how to make a positive sentence, with the, how to make a negative sentence, and how to make a question. Have you got the idea how to make a positive sentence with a
Yes, sir.
second form of the verb? Second form of the verb, whether it's action, whether it's a
Yes, sir.
state, possession, whatsoever it is. All. Oh, okay. And the question we can use did. Whenever you want to make a question with a past simple, except state verb. State verb we use was verb. Remember, state verb we are using was verb. For the question, like I said, were you sick? Were you happy? With an adjective. Did we are using with an action verb, changing verb, or with state possession verb. Like, did you have a car? Or did you go? Or did you get angry? Did you stay? Did you feel? Something like that. That is the basic. Now you can take a usage. Past simple, where do we use? Something started and finished in the past. We use the past simple to say something happened in the past with the past state, was, were, had, which are now finished. Something started and finished in the past. Not going on anymore. It's been started in the past. We can give the past time like in 2004, in 2008, in 2016, like in a childhood, yesterday. We can use all type of. I can give you this usage. We can use past simple most of the time with the specific time. Like if you are not giving a specific time, the sentence is ambiguous, unclear. So usually we are giving the past simple time. You need to know the past simple time. That is one of the most important thing. You need to know the past simple time. What past time you are talking about? Like a week ago, or you can use ago as well. Like I said, I went to the market 2 days ago, or 1 day ago, 3 days ago, 4 days ago, whatever the past time, you can also use the past time. When the positive, negative, remember the negative you will form with the didn't, and the question with did, and the positive with the second form of the verb. I'll share you one PDF file as well. It has given some detail as well. So it will be more good for you. So you can learn more from it. Action, state, habits, which are now finished. You know, we can use the used to as well for the past repeated activities. And for the past simple, we can use always. Like I said, I always went to school. Like same, I used to go to school. Repeated action in the past, which are now over. Like I said, I used to be very naughty. It's mean I'm not naughty anymore. I used to be funny. It's mean I'm not funny anymore. Now I've become serious. Something like that. Past simple means something started and finished in the past. We can use a single past, we can use the double past, and we can use a short past, or we can use a longer past as well, or we can use the repeated past as well. I'll give you a little detail. I made one page for you, but the first you better take a look or take a picture. First, you understand that the way you can make a positive, negative, interrogative. How to make a positive sentence, how to make a negative sentence, how to make an interrogative sentence, and how to make a WH as well. Like I said, when did you wake up? When did you eat breakfast? When did you take admission here? Okay, that is the question you can ask. Like I can ask, okay, which car did you buy? WH word. What did you eat in the morning? What did you eat in the lunch, dinner, whatsoever? So that is how you can use the WH word. Why? I said, why did you join a sketch? That is the question can be asked. Set of questions can be asked with the WH. Without WH, a question can be asked without WH. Like, did you wake up early in the morning, or when did you wake up? Or with the negative, like I said, okay, I didn't take admission. I didn't take admission here 3 months ago. I took admission here 2 months ago. So that is how the questions can be made. Okay, first you better take a look. What is the past simple? How can you use past simple in a positive, negative, and interrogative, or with a WH? And what is the reason of using past simple? Something started and finished in the past. With a specific time or without a specific time, when you have an idea of time in your mind. Like I can ask, when did you join a sketch? Or I said, okay, did you improve your English? If I'm not giving an idea of time, it's mean there is an idea of time in your mind. Like I said, did you lock the door? It's mean you have some idea of in your mind what time I'm talking about. If I'm not talking about any time, we must give time to make it clear enough. So what time I'm talking about, because the past is so big. 2 minutes ago it's a past and 200 years ago it's a past. What time? What past are you talking about? It time needs to be mentioned. Without mentioning the time, it's ambiguous. Like I said, I was sick. If I'm not giving any time, you don't know what time I'm talking about. What time? I said I went to the market. If I'm not giving the time, it's mean I'm not telling you the exact time. It may be a little confusion for you what time or what days I went to the market. Maybe yesterday, 2 days ago, 3 days ago, or a week ago. So that is what you need to know, the what time you are talking about, the context. The time context is one of the most important thing in the past simple. Whenever you are using the past simple, you must need to know the time, what time context you are talking about, whether in a positive, negative question apart from WH. Or you can ask, I can ask, why did you join SKH 2 months ago? Or with the WH as well. Which car did you buy 3 years ago? Like a when we are not using a time context, but the most of the time we are using the time context. The time context, the reason of using the time context is mean the clarity of the time in the past. What exact time I'm talking about? Because the past is so big, like I told you, 2 minutes ago is the past, and 2 days ago it's a past, and 200 years ago it's also a past. So the without giving any time context, the sentence is quite unclear to understand. That is the one reason. So you must know the what time context you are asking the question, or what time you are replying the question, or what time of context you are giving a positive answer. Like suppose I said I woke up. If I'm not giving any time context, you are not getting what time I woke up today. Unless you have a idea of time, because you don't have any idea of time, you don't know my routine. But I said, okay, I woke up at 8. So that is the clear time of context. Or I said, I didn't wake up at 8. That is also negative clear time of context. So whenever we are talking about the negative time of context is there, or the question, like I said, did you wake up at 8? The clear time of the context I'm giving in the past simple. So whenever we are using a past simple, most of the time we are giving the clear time of the past context. So the listener can understand what time you are talking about. Without telling the time, it may be a little ambiguous or unclear to understand what time the speaker or the talker talking about. So this is what you need to know first of all. The past simple needs a context of the time. Whenever you are even asking a question from me in the past, you must know what time you are going to talk to me about. Whether you're talking about the yesterday, whether you're going to talk about the a week ago, whether you are going to talk about my childhood, or whether you're going to talk about the 10 years ago or the 20 years ago. Like I said, sir, like you can ask, what did you do 10 years ago? Or what did you do last week? Or what did you do yesterday? Or what did you do in a childhood? See, the time context is changing. So what did you do? It's not giving any time context. It's ambiguous sentence because you are not giving any time context. So the past simple, the time context is one of the most important thing while you are talking. Or if you are not giving the time of context, you can give like a when, a specific time. Like I said, when I was a child, when I woke up, that is
Excuse me,
also
sir.
a time.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Excuse me. Is it essential to mention time?
Yeah. Most of the time, unless you have a idea of time is already mentioned in your mind, or you have already know the time of idea of time. If you have, like I said, did you lock the door? If I'm talking about the last night, I said, oh, last night I came late. So you can ask, did you lock the door? You are not giving any time context, but the time is understood because I'm talking about the last night. I said, last night I came late at home. So you can ask me, did you lock the door? Without any time context, because the time context was already clear because the last night I was talking about and I came late. But
So,
without giving the past context, because the past is so big. 2 minutes ago is the past, and 200 years ago is past, or 20 years ago is past. What type of past you're talking about? Like I said, I was sick, but when? A week ago, a year ago, 2 years ago, 5 years ago. When? So without giving the time context, a sentence is a ambiguous. Like I said, I had a car. Do you know what time I'm talking about?
so,
No,
sir,
you don't
if
know.
we don't mention time in our sentence, so if it will be considered wrong or not?
Yeah, it's not wrong. It's an ambiguous sentence. You don't know what time I'm talking about. The speaker cannot understand the time. You don't know my timing. I said I had a car. Suppose. Do you know what time I'm talking about? Unless I gave a clear time of context, I said I had a car last year. That is the clear time of the context I'm giving you. Like I said, I had a car last week. Like I said, I had a car in 1990. Or like I said, I had a car 10 years ago. So you can understand more clearly, rather than I'm saying I had a car. You don't know what time I'm talking about. Or like I said, I was rich. But when? 10 years ago, 20 years ago, in childhood, week ago, a month ago. But when? Like I said,
Sir, can I ask some
my,
question?
yeah, please go on. Why not?
Sir, how we make the negative of this sentence? I had a car last year.
I didn't have a car.
Okay,
We used
sir.
didn't with first form of the possession verb.
Yes.
Like I said, did you have a car? I told you one thing. A family is one of the most important thing. You need to know the main verb family. I taught in the class. I think last Thursday I taught. I had a chance, so I taught the family members: action, state, possession, feeling, guessing, changing. I taught the family of the past simple. Oh, present simple. So the past simple also have a family members, like a state, like a possession, like action, like a changing, like a no changing, like a guessing. I don't know whether you were in a class in the last Thursday or not, but I taught you the family members. Remember class? I think some
Yes,
of you
sir.
were there.
Yes, sir. I'm there.
I taught you the family member is one of the most important thing, because the family members are everywhere. In the past, also there are family, action family, state family, possession family, changing, like a get, become. Suppose I'm giving example of action verb. I said I went to the market. That is the action verb. Okay. And I can give the sentence of state. Like I said, I was sick. That is a state. I can give you the possession as a state. Like I said, I had a car. That is a different main verb. Or I said I got angry. That is a different action verb. That is a different verb. That is a changing verb. I taught you. I said I got angry. It's not action verb. That is a changing verb. Or like I said, I stayed happy. That is a different verb. I said she looked tired. That is a different main verb. So there are the family of the main verbs you need to know. There is not only the one verb. There are the families going on in all type of sentences or all tenses as well. Present simple, first form, all family members. Present simple, second form, we are using all family. Or did but didn't we use first form of the family members. Like I said, did you have a car last year? I'm using the first form due to did. Without did, I said I had a car last year. Or with a state, we can use were you sick without did. Can
Excuse
make
me,
a
sir.
Sir, I went to the bazaar is an action verb.
yeah, it's an action verb. Or I said I was in bazaar, that was a state verb because I'm not
Okay,
giving any
sir.
action. Yeah. I said I was
Excuse me, sir.
manager. Yes.
Sir,
Sir,
when we make the
sir,
negative.
can you please tell me the full form of BFB?
Base form of the verb, like a first form of the verb.
Okay, thank you.
Sir,
Yes.
I was in China. When we make the negative of
Yeah,
this,
that was a state verb.
yes, sir. We just put not after that, after was.
After was, we can use the preposition of the place or
No,
adverb of place.
no, sir. When we talk about when we make negative of this sentence,
Yeah,
I
you can
was.
use I wasn't. You can use negative. Like I said, I wasn't sick. Like I said, I wasn't naughty in childhood. You can make a negative without didn't. With a state, we do not use didn't, like a stative verb, like a was verb. Whenever you want to make a sentence of the was verb, do not use did not. Use was not. Like I said, where were you? Where were you yesterday? So I'm asking a WH question without did because I'm talking about the stative verb. Like I said, how was the party?
Excuse me, sir.
How
Hello,
was the
sir.
party? That is a state verb as well. Without did. Usually people are getting confused with did and was verb. Was, were are the stative form of the past simple, and did is a helping verb of the past simple. It takes the first form of main verb. A main verb could be action verb, changing verb, possession verb, whatsoever. That is why that is why the reason I was sharing the screen to make it
So I
clear to you.
request you that tell us about the preposition where we use different
What?
preposition. So tell us about preposition where we use the preposition.
Oh, that is a different topic. Preposition is a too big.
Yes.
In,
Yeah.
on, at, over, under. Yeah.
Yes.
For preposition.
Preposition is a different topic. Then I'll have to start the preposition. It will take
No, sir. If you have
preposition.
a book of
Preposition is a very big topic.
yes,
And
sir.
they have the multiple usage. Like in has multiple usage. 14 to 15 only in has usage. Okay, if I have a time or if I get the time, I'll teach you the preposition in detail, in, on, it, under, over, above, with the detail.
Sir, it's
I
not
have the
simple
separate
for
book of the
us.
preposition. If I
Okay.
have got the opportunity to teach, I will do
Sir,
the
if you
preposition in
have
a detail,
any
multiple
book
usage of
preposition, so please send us.
prepositions are so big because the one preposition have multiple usage.
Yes, sir.
Above have a multiple usage, under has a multiple usage, in has a multiple usage, not one. At has many meaning.
Sir,
I think
here you
at
are.
has, I think 10, around 10 meaning, more than 10 meaning. At, in, on, at, under, over, above, across, multiple usage, not the one usage. I have a separate book for it. If I get the chance, inshallah, I'll give if I get the chance to teach. Okay, I'll think about it. Okay,
It's
I'll
actually,
teach you. I'll show you
sir,
some of
could
the
you,
usage of past simple as well. Wait, I have made one PDF for you. Meanwhile, you can ask any question. Yes.
sir, could you
Do you have
please,
any?
last 10 minutes, could you please give lecture on remaining two types of verb? Is it possible?
Okay. Yeah, depends. Basically, the problem is that.
Sir,
Okay,
please,
I'll
in last
give
10
you the.
minutes, we will try.
Okay. I'm giving you the past simple usage here. This is the usage I'm giving you. Okay. This is what I made for all of you. You can capture a screen and you can learn. See, this is I made for all of you. These are the usage of past simple. See, number one, completed action in the past. That is the first use. You can capture it or it will be easy for you. So later on, you can write on your registers so you can practice. Okay, the past simple. I made it. Today I made it for all of you. So you can have a more clear idea what is the past simple. Because you already know the base form of the first form we are using with did or didn't. Without did and didn't, we are using second form of the verb. But these are the detail. Okay. You can capture a screen and you can write later about it. Okay. Statement. I called Debbie. The question, did you call the Debbie or didn't call you Debbie? Or with or what time did you call the Debbie? You can use the WH. See, there the picture is here also for you. Completed action in the past. Use the past simple to express the idea that an action is started and finished at the specific time in the past. Sometime, see the definition here. Sometime the speaker may not have actually mentioned the specific time, but they have one specific time in the mind. This is what I'm talking about. When you are not giving the specific time in the past, but you have some idea of time in the mind, like what timing are you talking about? So you do not need to give a specific time. Like here is a sentence, she washed a car without any time. But maybe the time context is somewhere in your mind. That is why you're not giving the time. But most of the sentence, like I saw a movie yesterday, the time context is over there. I didn't see a play yesterday. Time context is there. Last year I traveled to Japan. Time context is there. Last year I didn't travel to Korea. Time context is there. Did you have dinner last? See, the time context is there. I didn't wash my hair. See, there is a no time context. Or she washed her car. No time context. This means the idea of time is already there in your mind. That is why you're not giving the time context. This is the detail. The first use. You better capture the screen and write later. It will give you the more clarity later on. So,
Sir,
good evening.
if time context is shows and we use the first form of verb, and if time not show and we use a second form of verb.
Yes, when did and didn't, without did and didn't, we use second form. With did and didn't, we are using first form of the base form of the first verb.
Okay, sir. I got it.
You can capture the screen. Now the strength is good today. I'm really happy to see the strength. This means the students are taking interest in learning grammar. That's good. This is what I want. The strength to be there so I can teach more better. Okay,
Excuse
you
me.
can capture a screen.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, when we use to in sentence, so where we use the first form of verb, like
Yes.
when we use did, so we also use the first form of verb here.
Yeah, we are using the first form of the verb with did and didn't.
Sir,
And the second form.
I am asking with used to when we are talking about the habitual action of our
Yeah, we
past.
can. Yeah, I'm giving you that example. That is the first. Have you captured the screen? So I
Yes,
can
sir,
go
sir,
to the
I
second
captured
use.
it.
Okay,
Yes.
capture the screen so you can write later about the past simple. I'm going to the second use now. Okay, here you go. The second use now.
Sir,
Habits
sir,
in the past.
sir,
Yes. That is the
सर इन दोनों में डिफरेंस क्या है जिसमें टाइम मेंशन हो रहा है और जिसमें टाइम का मतलब पता नहीं है इन दोनों मतलब सेंटेंसेस
when
में डिफरेंस
no
क्या
no
है
let me explain you. When you have an idea of time in your mind, you don't need to mention the time. If you don't have any idea of mind in your, if you don't know any idea of time, use the mention. Like I said, I had a car. If I know the time context, I'm using I had a car. It's mean you know what time I'm talking about. If you don't know at all what time I'm talking about, so I'm giving you the time context like I had a car last year. It's mean I am giving you the clear time. If you have some idea of the time, like I said, last night I came late. So you can ask, did you lock the door? So the time context is clear over here because I'm already giving you the time. So that is why I'm saying whenever we are using past simple, we are giving the clear time context to make it clear. Otherwise, it's unclear. You don't know what time you are talking about. That is what I'm saying. Okay, there is a second use now.
Okay,
See the second series of completed action. I finished work, walked to the beach and found a nice place to swim. One after another action. We use simple past, the list of series completed action in the past. These action happened first, second, third, fourth, and so go on. See, there are the multiple action, not a single action. Like I went to the market, that was a single action. And this is now the multiple actions here. Like, did you add flour, pour in the milk, and then add a egg? See, multiple verbs, not a single verb, multiple action. It's mean one after another verb. We are using multiple action, not a single action. Like I said, I went to market, I bought shoe and I came back home. So we can use a past simple when we are talking about the series of completed actions, not the single action all the time. You need to know. Like a single action, I went to market. That is a single action. Like I said, I went to market yesterday, but I want to say the series of action. Just wait for a second, please. Oh, the call ended. I couldn't take the call. The phone rang. Okay, like I said, I went to market yesterday. It's a single action. But I said, I went to market, I bought some fruits and I came back home. So that is the series of action, one after another. So I can give a series of action or I can give a single action. Got the idea?
Yes, sir. Good.
Yeah, we can give the series of action or we can give a single action. It's up to you. And like I said, I took class. That was a single action. I said I went to the center, I took class, and I came back to home. That is a series of action. So we can use a single action or we can use a series of action as well in the past simple. Second and third use is duration in the past. Duration in the past. See, simple past can be used with the duration with the start and the stop in the past. Like for 2 years. Like suppose I said, I taught in a center for 2 years. So I'm giving you the specific duration. Like I said, I was sick for 1 week. So I'm giving you the specific duration. So if you want to give the past simple duration, specific duration, you can use for the specific duration. Like I said, I waited you 1 hour. So you can give the specific duration in the past with the for. Or with a starting and ended time. Like I said, I worked in Lexington Tobacco from 1999 till 2003. So I'm giving a starting and ending time both. So I am giving the duration from past to past. See, you can see the figure as well. You can take a screenshot to understand. See, there is a picture over there. Duration in past. Like I lived in Brazil for 2 years. Studied in Japanese for 5 years. They sat at the beach all the day. Duration. They didn't stay at the party the entire time. We talked on the phone for the 30 minutes. How long did you wait for them? Okay. So whenever we are talking about the duration, so we can use the past simple in a question, in a positive or in a negative as well. A duration. I said, were you sick for 2 days? Stative sentence with a duration. Were you sick? Were you busy? Whole night? Duration. So these are the multiple usage. Single action, series of action, duration in past simple. Okay. Are you getting now?
कासिम बंद करो टीवी.
Yes, sir.
Are you getting? So
Yes,
past
sir.
simple
Yes, sir.
can be used with a single action, a multiple action, or the duration as well. You can give the duration of the specific time. Like I said, I was sick for 3 days. So that is the duration I'm giving you. You can give the duration like a starting and the ending time. You know, like I said, I started a business in 2005 and then I finished my business in 2010. So that is the starting and the finishing time I'm giving. That is the duration I'm giving. Like I said, I did the business for 5 years, or I started a business in 2005 and I finished in 2010. That's how we can give the duration in the past simple as well. I will ask you one by one. Let me explain first. And the fourth usage is the habit in the past, like I used to. We can also use the past simple to describe the habitual action which we used to do again and again in the past as a habit. Like I said, I used to go to school, or often, usually, never. We can use this word. Like I said, I always went to school. It's showing my habits. Like I said, I used to go to school or I always went to school. Both are the same. Like I said, I often went with my friends. That is also talking about the habit in my past. Like I said, I often paid a lot. I said I never told a lie when I was in school, yeah, when I was a kid. So that is talking about the repeated past. So we can use the past as a repeated with these adverb of time. Always, often, usually, never. We can use these adverb of time to tell the repeated past. Like I used to. Like I said, I always went to school. That shows the repetition in past, like I used to go to school. Okay, that is the fourth usage. Something used to happen repeatedly in the past, but not in present. Like I said, my father always smoked. Like he used to smoke. It's mean he did something again and again repeatedly in the past when he was alive. So I said when my father was alive, he always smoked a lot of cigarette, or he used to smoke. Both are the same. There are some examples. Also, you can see the next page. There are some example.
Kasim.
Yeah. I studied French when I was a child, or he studied, he played the violin. He didn't play the piano. As example, you can write with this frequency word like often, never,
बंद कर
always,
देना
most
ठीक है
of
ना
the
बंद कर
time.
चलाओ
Okay.
टीवी स्विच रहा बसा
Please mute yourself.
Yeah, who's talking like that? You can capture it. So there are different type of thing, and you can also talk about the fact in the past. She was a shy. That is the fifth use. Whenever you are talking about the fact in the past, you can also use the past simple. Whenever you want to talk about the past simple with the fact, you can use the past simple as well for the fact as well. Like she was a shy as a child, but now she is very
Sanatari,
outgoing or
please
very
mute
tough and
yourself.
very. Yes. What are you saying? Something? So there are the 5 to 4 main usage of the past simple. Number 1, single action. Number 2, series of action. Number 3, repeated activities. Number 4, number 3, we did it.
Time duration, sir.
Yes, time duration. Number 1, single action. Number 2, series of action. Number 4, we are going within the time duration. Number 4 is the repeated activities, and number 5 is whenever we are talking about the fact in the past. You can take that screenshot as well if you want to. So this is what I want to tell you about the past simple. This is the past simple. Single action, repeated action, duration, or habit, or repeated activities in the past, or the fact about the past. You can capture the screen so you can learn later, or you can write later about it. This is what I made for you. After explaining whatever
Thank
the
you,
sir
sir.
gave me,
It's
whatever the
very
sir gave
helpful.
me, yeah, whatever the, because that was not that much explained. So that
Yeah,
is why
sir.
I added it. That was not much explained in one page. So that is what I made today this on my laptop for you. Single action, series of action, duration, repeated actions, and the fact about the past. 5 usage you can use a past simple with all type of main verbs, whether it's a state, action, possession, whatsoever it is. Like I said, I went to the market, I was sick, I had a car, I got angry, I stayed sick, or I said I looked confident in childhood. These all are the different main verb, or like I said, I felt nervous. These all are the main verbs. Second form I'm using because I am talking about the past. Okay. It doesn't mean you are using the only action verb. No. All verbs are there, whether it's a state verb or the possession verb. Whenever we are talking about the past, we are using second form of them. Like I go, like I said, I went. Like I said, I am, then I'm using I was. Like I said, I have, then I said I had. I am sick, I was sick. I go to office, I went to office. I have a car, I had a car. I get angry, I got angry. I stay happy, I stayed happy. I feel confident, I felt confident. Whenever we compare from present to past. But in a past simple, we are giving the time context. That is the, like I said, I got angry. Without any time context, you're not getting my point.
When
Or
I
we
was
are
child.
using, yeah, that is the time context. Or I said, I got angry last night. That is the exact time context in the past simple. You are telling the exact time. When did I
Excuse
get
me,
angry?
sir.
You don't know.
Excuse me,
So
sir.
these are the usage. Yes.
Sir, if we have an idea of time in our mind, so how will the next person get that we have idea in our mind? So that's why we are not mention the time in this sentence.
Oh, like last night, like I told you, okay, last night I went, like suppose I'm giving you the time context. I said last night I went to the party. So you can ask, did you come early or late? You can ask because I had already given you the idea of time. Last night I went to the party. You can ask, when did you come back? Without any time. Or how was the party? Without any time, because idea of time I had already given you. When you have idea of time, of speaker idea of time, when a speaker has already given you an idea of time, do not mention the time. Like
Sir,
I
so
had
it's
given
all
you.
about the conversation between the two people where we are
Yeah,
not.
definitely. Because a new sentence, you cannot give a new sentence without a time. Like I said, I was sick. Do you know what time I'm talking about? You can never guess unless I tell
No,
you the
sir.
time.
Yes, sir.
Like I said, I was sick, but when? Maybe a year ago, maybe a week ago, maybe
So, sir,
yesterday,
if
maybe last night.
I'm saying that I was sick,
That is wrong. That is wrong. No time of contact is there. I don't know what time are you talking about.
so sir, if someone asked like, was you sick from last night? So I answered
Huh.
that yes, I was sick. So
Like
it's
somebody asked, were you sick? So you need to give the time. Like I said, were you sick yesterday? But were you
yes.
sick? It's not a complete, because were you sick is the past. But what time of past? 2 days ago, 3 days ago, last night, 1 month ago. But when? So that is the problem with the past simple. We are giving, see the definition as well. We are giving the context of time is very necessary, because read the Dawn newspaper. They always give the time. Like a bomb exploded, they give the time. Like 2 days ago, 10 years ago, 1 week ago, in 2002, in 2001, in 2010, they must give you the time, because without telling a time, you don't know when the bomb exploded. So many bombs exploded in Pakistan. But what time are you talking about? Maybe a year ago, 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 5 months ago, or you can give an exact time of idea, get 2001, 2010, whatsoever. So that is the
Sir,
little problem with the past simple.
sir, if we use I, so I was, and if we use to you and
You were.
you were.
Yes. You, we, they were. I, he, she, it was.
Okay, sir.
So remember that we use second form of the verb, whether it's a state, possession, action, feeling, changing, guessing, whatsoever it is. You need to give the second form of the verb in a positive sentences. In the question, you used it. Apart from
Sir,
stative.
sir, excuse me, sir.
Yes.
हेलो
Yes, yes. Please ask your
हाँ
question.
जी सर, जैसे सर मेरा 2020 में ऑपरेशन हुआ था, मैं बहुत बीमार थी, तो मैं इसको कैसे एक्सप्लेन करूंगी?
I had operation. I had operation in 2020. I was very sick. You can say I had an operation in 2020. You can tell I was sick in 2020. State and possession, both you can use. Because operation we are taking with the state verb. I had an operation. I had an accident. Like I said, I had an accident in childhood. So I'm
Sir,
giving the time
excuse
context to
me,
you.
sir.
Sir, please, only 5 minutes left.
Excuse me, sir. I have a question.
Yes, please.
सर जैसे आपने बताया कि आई हैड अ कार, तो यानी कि मेरे पास एक कार थी, तो इसका इंटरोगेटिव क्या बनेगा?
Did you have a car? With a helping verb did, with the first form of the verb. Did you have a car? No, I didn't have a car. Or I had a car. Remember this. Whenever we are using did, we use first form of the verb. What is the first form of the had is have. Third form is also
Yes.
had. Basically,
Thank
I'm
you,
making
sir.
a context for you to elaborate it. So you will get the idea how to use the past simple for the single action, for the series of action, for the duration, for the repeated action, for the generalization and the fact in the past. But the four we are using a lot. Number one, single past action we are using a lot. Series of action we are using, repeated as well, and the time duration as well. The four type of usage are there. So you can use all four type of usage. So next time I'm thinking I'll ask you a single action, then I'll ask you the series of action, then I'll try to ask you like tomorrow, I'll ask you the habitual action, or like I ask you the duration of time, Like I ask you, okay, give me any single action in the past in a positive, negative question whatsoever it is. Or like I ask series of an action, one after another one. So whatever the main verb you use, it's up to you whether you use a state, possessive, action, changing, feeling, whatsoever. It's up to you, whatever the verb you want to use to create a series of an action. Or you can use the past simple with the when as well. You know, like I said, when I was sick, when I was jobless, you can start a sentence. Main verb, basically the problem is that I am quite restricted. You ask Sir Hasifus to allow me to teach. Basically, he's asking me to teach that. That is why I'm not teaching the main verb. Ask Sir Hasif, if he allows me to teach main verb, I'll teach you. No problem at all. Because I'm not teaching, maybe that is a descriptive things he has given me to teach. I am allocated to teach what he has given me. I cannot teach apart from it. Because at that day, I think he was not there, so I taught the main verbs. Main verb is not our topic now. So you can ask Rasif, allow Sir Javed to teach. So definitely I'll teach because that specific topic I have been given to you teach today. That is why I'm not switching to the main verbs. Inshallah, when I'll get the time, I'll teach you the main verbs. I already taught you
Sir,
the action, state, possession, feeling, changing, guessing, all the main verb of the present simple. I already taught you. I'll taught you the past simple main verb as well if I get the time.
sir, sir, we can say that the past simple is totally same like a present simple, but it is only the difference of the verbs. Like in present simple, we with
Past
state verb
present
we use
simple
have.
is shows repetition. Past simple shows finished action in the past. No repetition. You can choose the past simple repetition with the adverb of time, like always, often. You can use repetition. Like
No,
over
sir,
here,
like
see.
in state verb we in present simple we are use I have a car, but when we use it in past, so we said I had a car. So it's same like, but just the difference
Yeah,
of the verb.
difference of the time only.
Yes, sir.
Possession is same, but the time is different. I had a car, like I said, I had a car last year. It shows the possession, past possession. I have a car, it's mean I'm talking about the present possession. So have you got the idea of the past simple now? What is the past simple? Single action,
Yes.
series of an action, duration, and repeated actions. There are 4 main usage of the past simple with all type of main verbs, whether they are in a positive, negative, interrogative, or WH. I can ask a question, action verb in a WH as well. Okay. I can ask a question in a possession verb, in a state verb, in a series of action, in a single action, in a habitual action, or a duration as well. Like, were you sick for 2 days? Were you busy whole day yesterday? So the duration I can ask. Did you wait for me 2 hours? I can ask the duration as well. So today the strength is good. 46 students are there. I'm really happy. You're taking my class very happily. Let's see. Inshallah, I'll try to teach more better and I'll prepare the next tense for you tomorrow as well with the explanation, with the sir explanation and my personal explanation, both. Whatever the
Yes,
sir
sir.
is giving me the material, I'll try to explain this as well and I'll add my material as well. So the both would be
Yes,
good for
sir.
you. It
Sir,
will be
we
double.
used to every one 3 question 4 question every negative positive and negative used to
Tomorrow I'll ask you,
yeah
I'll give you the task as well. First, you
okay
understand the past simple. Tomorrow I'll give you the task. Okay, you can give me a single action, positive, negative, interrogative, or WH.
okay
Or you can give me a series of action with action verb, with state verb, possession, whatsoever have. Or with it, you can habitual or the duration of the time as well. Like with the for. Like I said, I was busy for 2 days. Like I was sick for 3 days. Like I started a job in 2005 and I left in 2008. That is also the duration. It depends on the duration as well.
okay
I think maybe
inshallah
your next teacher is waiting for your class.
okay
I'll hope to see you
yes
tomorrow.
sir
Take care till then.
inshallah
I hope you have
okay
understood whatever I tried to explain.
Yes,
yes
sir.
sir alhamdulillah take care sir
Okay.
Hafiz.
Okay, take care.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम गर्ल्स, क्या आप में से किसी को पता है मैम तबस्सुम की क्लास किस टाइम होती है?
Yeah, I know
ये time है
same time,
11,
but
I
I
think.
think now ma'am is not here.
इस टाइम तो मैम आफिया की क्लास होती है आई थिंक.
No,
sometimes
because in
Tabassum
the
is there.
previous.
Afiya. Assalamu alaikum Kulsum, how are you? Where are you at? Don't discuss
Walaikum assalam,
Oh,
Dr. Moon. I'm fine. How about you?
okay. Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah. All friends here and there. I don't know you.